Ceasefire now! 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 Occupation no more! Israel is a terrorist state! Occupation no more! Israel is a terrorist state! Palestine! 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 Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
So if you can hear me in the middle, can you encourage people at the back to give me lights? If you can hear me, where are you going? Can you point it that way? If you can hear me in the middle, can you just come round to the sides so that everybody can hear the last couple of contributions? But let's, while we're doing that, give a fantastic cheer for today who have been out of Manchester and show that we stand with Palestine! 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 And we stand with Jabalia and Jameen, which have been bombed by bombs coming from the US, supported by aircraft that this country is sending to reinforce the Israeli arms. We say stop arming Israel!
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 Stop bombing Gaza!
Stop bombing Gaza!
Stop bombing Gaza!
Stop bombing Gaza!
Stop
Stop bombing Gaza.
Brick by brick.
Wall by wall.
Israeli apartheid's going to fall.
Brick by brick. Wall by wall.
Israeli apartheid's going to fall. Brick, wall by wall. Israeli apartheid's going to fall.
Brick by brick. Wall by wall. Israeli apartheid's going to fall.
Okay, I'm going to say thank you to everyone for attending the demonstration today. And thank you for showing Manchester for 10 weeks in a row. 10 weekends, 10 consecutive weekends. We have said we have the right to protest. We have said the Palestinians have the right to resist. And we will not stop protesting in support of Palestine until Palestine is free. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Now, when you go home from here, 2 or 3 more things to say. Thank you. 2 or 3 more things to say. I think he's listening. 2 or 3 more things. Go home safely. Don't go on your own. Go with a group of people that you know. Don't take any risks of doing anything that could cause any trouble. We have looked after ourselves on this march, and let's have a big round of applause for all the stewards who helped us on that march. We have also had some fantastic banners. Not everybody will have seen the banners, not just from the unions, Jewish faces, but Palestinian blood on Barclays' hands. Boycott Puma!
Boycott Puma!
Palestinians' children's blood is on the hands of Joe Biden and a list of others. Let's have a big round of applause for everyone who's carried these banners all around. Okay, so we are privileged to have 1 or 2 more Palestinian speakers who are going to address us before we go. So can I ask everybody, if you can move around this way, if you're on the side, this side, move around this way. And if you're on the side here, if you're at the back, can people who are in the middle tell people at the back you can move around to the side, just so that I want everybody to hear the voices of the Palestinians. Because what is it that the BBC does not do? What is it that the BBC does not do? It never covers the voices of the Palestinians. It will give an Israeli voice, it will give an Israeli government officer, it will give somebody talking some rubbish about the Palestinians, but it won't cover the Palestinians. So we say, we want to hear the voices of the Palestinians.
There's still loads and loads of space in the back so people can get to know through. I know it's a little bit tight, but we just gotta make it work.
Thank you, please, thank you.
Palestine!
Palestine! Palestine! Palestine! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Fantastic. Can people at the back here so please put your hand up if you can hear us from here? We'll take it. Fantastic. Please give a really, really warm welcome to our local Palestinian in Manchester. Please give a round of applause, everybody.
Hello everyone, I won't be long, I won't bore you too long. Growing up as a Palestinian, it quickly became clear to me that it is a privilege to speak freely, it is not a right. True freedom of expression is a privilege afforded to the oppressor, not to the oppressed. I have seen us punished. I've seen us punished for our vocabulary. I've seen us punished for our vocabulary filled with justifications and explanations of our calls for freedom and liberation. I've seen us silenced in our places of work. I've seen us suspended from our academic institutions. I've seen us killed for daring to speak out against Zionist colonization, while Zionists have been shamelessly praised for their promotion of genocide and oppression. Language is a weapon that can give or take depending on who wields it. have had to navigate this minefield to everyone's benefit but our own. This is part and parcel of Palestinian existence. We are compelled to engage in linguistic warfare. And yet, although we have danced across these minefields, although we have dodged diplomatic detonations, although we have squeezed our suffering into sound bites, the occupation continues. The genocide of Palestinians is being live streamed for the whole world to see. We are watching TikToks and Instagram reels of decimation and destruction. Palestinians have had to counter the language of dehumanization with the action of laying bare the deepest, darkest depths of our suffering. We have all but posted the names of our children through the world's letterboxes. I say to those who have turned a blind eye to our suffering, take off your blindfolds, look us in the eye. Are we not human? Do we not bleed as you breathe? We have been stripped of our humanity. Our suffering has been muffled. It has been ignored by Western governments and mainstream media who have pressed their blood-stained palms against their ears in order to extinguish all but the pounding of the colonialist drum to which they so eagerly march. Look around you. These are your comrades in this fight against colonization. Remember these times. For once Palestine is freed, we will never forget our allies who stood beside us in this fight against colonization, and we will certainly never forget. We will certainly never forget our enemies and the false allies who failed us with silence and neutrality, who left us to die. To our supporters, fear not, fear not. Today, on the 36th anniversary of the First Intifada, I tell you Palestinian resistance is alive and kicking. We will not be silenced. We will not be silenced. And to our oppressors, hear this. أنتم فعلا تقاتلون أشباح. You are truly fighting ghosts, because we are the spirit of all who came before us, of all who've given their lives for this occupation, against this occupation. And in our hearts to freedom, their existence is a truthful constant. So do not give in to semantic violence. Fight with us in this linguistic battle. Use your voice, raise it as loudly as you can. Continue to speak out against the brutal occupation of Palestine. And as long as you do, as long as we do, I tell you this much: Palestinian liberation will not merely be a phrase, it will be a promise. This is my promise to all of you here today, from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Big round of applause again. I've one announcement. Are the people from Bury here? Yes, there are people from Bury here, because I've got a notice that's just been handed to me. It says, on Tuesday at 2:30, Bury K Gardens, next to the bus station, there will be a protest for Palestine. So let's hear it for Bury, the people of Bury are organising the protest there. And now, I am delighted and humbled to introduce to you somebody who did speak to us last week, a 14-year-old Palestinian who has returned from Gaza. Let's have a huge round of applause for him.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nora and I'm 15 years old. My parents and my siblings and I moved to Gaza in August to get to know a family we were never allowed to know. To go see a family that was never allowed to come see us. Yet, on October 7th, we got a reminder that this is not a normal place. That this is a place of no safety. A place where oppression has lived for years, for decades. A place where a child is a target. A place where your school is a shelter. And now the prison is turned into a concentration camp. I left Gaza and my family there on the 27th day of the bombing. And now we're on day 64. I cannot fathom the carnage and the conditions, how worse it's gotten in Gaza. The chaos and the suffering that's taking place, it's disgraceful. When I was there, we were crowded in a small apartment with 30 people. Now my uncles and my aunts and my cousins are sleeping on the streets in tents while it's raining. We do not have any meals. They are starving. They have little food and haven't eaten anything for 3-4 days now. The water is completely destroyed. The systems are completely destroyed. The wells are going dry and the bakeries have either been bombed or run out of flour. When I was there, we stayed in a city after we evacuated. It was filled with people that had evacuated just like us. The streets were filled with children just like me. Yes, they bombed the apartments and entire 5-star buildings. Yes. Now, parts of my family are now in a school with 4,000 refugees, surrounded by soldiers. The roads are filled with tanks. There's no food in the schools and they're starving. If they leave, they are shot or they're bombed. Early this week, I lost my aunt's sister-in-law died along with her mother and her daughter when they returned to their house to get food. The car was bombed on the only road to access the hospital. The car was bombed. 2 of my aunts have died, leaving 9 of my cousins without their mum. My classmate was killed in an airstrike that killed his entire family, leaving only his sister a survivor. What kind of pain are they going through? I asked those people, those leaders, to explain to the 8-year-old whose family has disappeared, to the grandparents whose 60 of their family members have died, to the parents who hold their dead children in their arms. Go explain why you voted against the ceasefire. Go explain why you thought that was a good idea. Palestinians in Gaza videos of their dead children and the pain as their life crumbles around them. The world knows about Gaza now. The world sees their suffering and are appalled. Yet there is no action from our politicians. And even now as I speak, Israeli bombs are hitting residential buildings, killing squads of families trying to hide. How resilient, even if the people of Gaza don't end up, even if the people don't end up under the rubble, they still hit every bang and bomb that hits their land. These people are so resilient. They're so brave. The men that dig in the rubble to get the survivors out. The ambulances that rush to the scene. Ambulances have been bombed. How resilient are the doctors? They have tens of thousands of patients, yet they can't treat them. How resilient are the ones who lost their families? Their families have been killed, yet they still have to live with this crisis. Yet we have Palestinians who are too scared or ignorant that they don't do anything. Open your eyes, they're trying to erase Palestine. They're trying to kill us. The people are resilient. They take their land, they take their homes, they take their families, kill their families, they bomb their hospitals and schools. They want to take away their existence. They're trying to erase the entire community. Why? There's enough land for all of them. There's enough food. Why is their existence so threatening? Those people who've lived their entire life, those children, they have done nothing wrong but exist. I want to ask our politicians, why? What reason was good enough to say no to a ceasefire and give up your humanity? Are you robots, immune to the pain that's been inflicted? I want to ask them, how do you eat? How do you sleep? How do you return to your homes, to your families, after denying 2.3 million people? How can you fail to say bombing children is wrong? You send your children to school while fathers in Gaza send their children to their graves. They place their children in their graves. What is the limit? How many more people need to die? How many more homes need to be destroyed? How much more supplies need to be taken away? Or our leaders? Where are values? Where is our responsibility towards humanity to preserve innocent lives? There needs to be a permanent ceasefire. Food, water, and medical supplies need to be allowed into Gaza. Sanctions need to be put onto Israel until they respect the human rights of the Palestinians. The Israeli leaders need to be investigated for the war crimes being committed. I was there. I heard the bombs drop. I walked through the rubble. I remember myself preparing myself every night, not knowing that I may not wake up in the morning. The violence and the murder, the Palestinians are trapped. They cannot escape. They are not allowed to return to their homes. They can't leave, and if they fight back, they'll label. How I was forced to leave my family, not knowing if I'll ever see them again. I was forced to leave them while the bombs rained from the sky. And when I returned to the UK, I found out my leadership was okay with it. It is absolutely disgusting. The Palestinians are suffering. The world is protesting. We are all yelling out. Yet the ones who have power to save lives just sit there and watch children die. Those leaders need to restore their morals and demand a permanent ceasefire now. And as long as we breathe, we will keep fighting until Palestine is free again.
Right, we are just about to finish, so I'm going to say if you've got a flag from us or a placard from us at the start, please do bring them back to us at the end. And if you want to get more involved in Manchester Palestine Action or the Youth Front for Palestine or Greater Manchester Friends of Palestine, any of the organisations that's been involved today, please again come and give your contact details at the end. But I want to finish with... Thank you. I've just been reminded by Nuruddin, if you've got a silver mic, please give it back. So flags, banners, placards, join up the organisations and bring them the mic back. But we're going to finish with a very appropriate request to all of us, so listen carefully please.
Just want to make enough space for our anger, and we should be making more space for that. But I also want to find 1 minute to make space for grief and our sadness and for all the lives that were lost the past 2 months at least to start, and for everyone that we've been losing because of what's been happening for the past generation after generation after generation. So just 1 moment to really feel your sadness and feel your grief, and yeah, just really just listen, just to listen to everybody that we can't hear right now.
Thank you. Big clap from all of us. Thank you so much. And a big clap from all of us for our demonstration again today. And make sure that next week you're in Bury at 2:30, that you're at Willow Range at 4:30 in Manchester, that I think there's one in Oldham as well. And look out for all of these protests, because the protests are not going away. We are not